Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Spring Cup, showcasing a very powerful team featuring Abomasnow on team number 3 from my top 5 best teams for the Spring Cup. Abomasnow, in my humble opinion, is the second best Pokemon in this entire meta because it is an ice type in a very grass heavy meta. It will be serving as the safe swap on team number 3 along with Trevenant in the back. Those of you who tune into the channel regularly know that I am quite fond of Trevenant, particularly as a closer. In my opinion, it is the best closer in the entire Great League format because it hits like a truck. Even resisted damage is quite meaningful when it is coming from a Trevenant, and that speaks volumes. It is a powerful closer in the Spring Cup, and also on this team, we've got Tentacruel, the best Pokemon in the entire meta, in my opinion. Abomasnow second best, Tentacruel the very best, the best of the best, because it is quite tanky and has access to poison type coverage, making it quite lethal on the lead for team number 3. You know, you never know how a team will shape out day one of a particular meta, but I was pleasantly surprised with how team number 3 performed. We had an amazing lead. They had a Shadow Abomasnow. They swap into a Pelipper, so we meet this with our Abomasnow because Abomasnow is a little bit bulkier than Trevenant, can withstand these super effective wing attacks a little bit better. And they are at a potential hurricane. We will shield. We want to maintain alignment here. We have to maintain alignment, in fact. And they bait us with a weather ball. So, yeah, you just don't know it. It's a 50-50 call. You just don't know what people are going to do, guys. So we are exercising caution here. Now, they're almost assuredly going for that hurricane there. And now we are down on shields, but we do control the alignment. This is just a weather ball, and we are not shadow, so that means we will survive this resisted weather ball and get the farm down. Controlling the alignment in the process. They come back in with their own Abomasnow, so we're going to fire off this weather ball, which hits for neutral damage, and they do tank that, and they snipe us with a Galarian Weezing. So because they have chosen to lock themselves in by sniping us, what we're going to do is look to punish them. Now, not too many places for Trevenant to go, especially when shields are down. So we got to take some damage in the process. What we're going to look to do is try and threaten that final shield, and at the very least, lower their attack by 2 stages. They choose to no shield. So now their defense has been harshly compromised. They now have to throw a big move that was calculated. We sacrificed Trevenant to get them to lower their attack by 2 stages. This Galarian Weezing is now debuffed into oblivion, and they can throw another brutal swing all they want. We will load up on energy, and they aggressively swap back into their own Abomasnow. So now we're going to throw this acid spray here. And because it's a squishy shadow, they're not going to be able to make it to an energy ball. They are 1 shy, and they were going to get farmed down. So this is a weather ball. We live that because we're quite tanky, and it's resisted, and we get the farm down. Holy smokes, that was razor thin, but Tentacruel was left standing in the end. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I did quite well with team number 3. Was able to climb 100 points, over 100 points to be exact. That's a good day if you ask me, but what's not good is that lead right there. They got a slow king. Okay, so yeah, gonna make the play into Abomasnow, throw this energy ball, and they're shielding. Okay, they're staying in and they're shielding. If you watch this channel regularly, you will know what that means. That means that they are very weak to an Abomasnow, and at the very least, very weak to a grass type. So we are analyzing here, and they're double shielding. Now, it is now confirmed. They are very weak to a potential Abomasnow or a grass type. We're not making it to another energy ball, unfortunately. I should have read the fact that they shielded once and that they were staying in, that maybe we should have baited them at least once. So they take out our Abomasnow. We're not coming in with Tentacruel on a Confusion user. So we have to shield this. They do have access to Fire Blast, and that is an amazing shield that would have KO'd an entire generation of Trevenants. And speaking of Trevenant, they've got their own. We've got the energy lead. We're ahead by 1 Shadow Claw, which means that they are not going to win the race to the Shadow Ball. We will, because we had the advantage, which means that we are saying bye-bye to the Trevenant, and they come back in with the Slow King. So yeah, they're weak to grass in the back. Holy smokes. Gonna get rid of this and see what is hiding from our grass types here. We take out the Slow King, and oh my goodness, they had a Mud Boy in the back coming in the form of Gastrodon. Holy smokes. ABA water in this economy, that is insane. We nearly one-shot with a Seed Bomb, and Tentacruel takes it out with one Poison Jab. Oh my goodness, Trevenant went on a tear there with an assist from the Tentacruel. Good game, well played. My only question with that previous team is, what is our plan for a Ferrothorn lead? I guess we'll never know, but here we go. What we do know is that we can do quite well against Walrein. That is what we're looking at in its shadow form here. And it's these types of matchups that make me wonder if Scald is the right way to go. I don't know. I think maybe Sludge Wave or Blizzard might be the way to go, but Scald was fine. It served us well, and we called the bait. You know, I was thinking, stop the cap. You're baiting, trainer. Usually if they go over what it would cost for an EQ, that generally means that they're baiting. Like if they farm up to 10, they're going to bait you, but if they go past 10, there's a good chance that they're trying to fake you out and that they're going to go right for the EQ. That's generally a play pattern for Walrein trainers. Going to CMP tie them and no bubble that Acid Spray, and they safe swap a Charmer coming in the form of a Clefable. So what we're going to do is throw this Acid Spray, not expecting a shield, but we want to lower that defense by 2 stages, which will allow these Shadow Claws that already hit pretty hard to hit even harder from our Trevenant. And gonna look to just get rid of this as these charms are starting to dig in on Trevenant, and we grab a shield. Holy smokes. So we're gonna let this go. I'm reading that they may be weak to grass in the back, so we're going to let this go, put the hope and faith into Abomasnow, get that farm down because we have lowered the defense by 2 stages already. And now they are thinking long and hard, and they've got a second holy smokes, they've got a second Charmer in the back. My goodness, guys, I'm telling you, where there's a will, there's a way. We're saying bye-bye to that Grand Bull, and we're just about going to farm this Walrein down with resisted damage. Holy smokes, where there's a will, there's a way. There's some way to get some dirty double charm action in. Some people will find that way, but good game, well played to them. A bold move running dirty double charm in this economy that's ruled by Tentacruel and Ferrothorn. Very bold move. And here we go. Galarian Weezing, the so-called ranked 1 overall in the meta. I gotta say I disagree. I think Tentacruel's the true #1. Let's find out, guys. Let's see who the true #1 is. And in this matchup, you just go straight for the Scald. They generally let it go because they don't want to risk shielding and Acid Spray. So you make them pay for that, and it does big damage. We tank these Brutal Swings all day. That's all they can really do. That's their only true option. And if you're wondering what the true #1 is, I think that says it all right there. We take out the G-Weezing and the Zeros, and they've got a Ferrothorn in the back. This is a bit concerning because they do have access to Flash Cannon. That is the recommended move, so you have to exercise caution with this thing. I'm sure it's a bait, but not willing to risk it. It is a Power Whip bait, and they've got their own Abomasnow in the back. They are rocking the squishy version in the shadow form. I'm gonna throw this Weather Ball here. And they shield. That's beautiful. We have now evened up the shielding scenario. We don't have to shield this. Our Tentacruel is still very much healthy and able to handle this Abomasnow from the health range that it is at right now. Gonna fire off Weather Ball #2. They can tank 1. I mean, yes, they're squishy, but not that squishy. They can tank 1. And they do tank 1. And we are going to trigger the CMP tie. We're going to aggro swap back into our Tentacruel. We tank a Weather Ball even from the shadow. And we wanted to trigger that CMP tie just so that they could not catch. You're not catching, you're getting taken out. Unless you wanted to shield, but no, they don't. They want to preserve that shield for the Ferrothorn. Gonna throw Abomasnow in to force them to throw. They were not gonna farm us down in any known universe. That was not gonna happen for them, so they do have to throw. And now it is up to Trevenant. Trevenant absolutely dominates Ferrothorn. You do have to look out for a flash cannon that does a metric ton of damage. Gonna bait here. And yeah, they're really committed to going down with the ship here. All we have to do is shield this up. We're not going to make it to a Shadow Ball. So I knew that a Seed Bomb would not quite KO from this range, but I had a very strong feeling that one Shadow Claw would do the trick. Doesn't KO, but the Shadow Claw does the trick. Taking it out, Trevenant doing what it does best. That is close the game strong. Good game, well played. Man, my friends, I'm telling you, Team 3 was just chef's kiss the whole day, day one of this cup. But not with a lead like that. We had a Ferrothorn lead. We make the play into Abomasnow on the safe swap, and they meet us with a Quillfish. Very interesting, very solid pick. Quite squishy, and we know that, so we're going to look to go for the Energy Ball, and they shield. They know that they need to hang on to switch, and at the time, we should have been more aggressive. I was thinking for sure they bait, but no, they one-shot with the Sludge Wave. Oh my goodness. The game, it's going to come down to what they have in the back, but if it's something bad, it's essentially over because Switch was crucial in this matchup. Tentacruel's one of its Achilles heels. It really only has two in this meta, that being Ferrothorn and Lantern to a much lesser extent. Yeah, we can't have Tentacruel on that Ferrothorn because they caught us slipping, guys. We were a little lackadaisical, let's just say, in this mid-game matchup, and we paid for it. Should have been more aggressive, should have been shielding. But a lot of people like their bait, you never know. It paid off for them. We come back in with our Trevenant as they come in with their Ferrothorn, and it is lights out for us. They've got a Pelipper down a shield. So we're going to try and bank on that and go for the Shadow Ball, and they are not messing around. They're shielding. And it's not looking good for us because we have to get to another Shadow Ball, and these wing attacks are absolutely shredding us for massive super effective damage. It's not the weather balls that we're concerned with. It's this fast move pressure. And yeah, we're just not healthy enough to handle that Ferrothorn remaining in the back. It is lights out. We're just about within resisted Power Whip range. So it came down to calling a bait, and it did not work out for us, unfortunately. We should be top lefting right here. It's lights out. It's not going to happen. They are going to take us out with a Power Whip, and I think right about here we decide the top left. Yeah, it's lights out. Came down to calling a bait in the mid-game matchup. It was that razor thin, but good game, well played to them. Oh, if we had just shielded in that mid-game matchup, it would have gone a lot differently, but I digress. We press on. We are here on a mirror matchup with an opposing Tentacruel here. The way I play this is I go for the Scald. Most Tentacruel trainers just go for that Acid Spray. That is not the way you play the mirror matchup, my friends. You want to go for the Scald, and the way I play it, once we land the Scald, they will not shield. We will swap into Trevenant to clear the debuff and get in some massive damage with our Shadow Claws. They bank a move and make a play into a Mawile. That's what Trevenant is on this team to do, my friends, and it's not a Shadow. And with this energy lead, that means that we will be able to make it to 2 Shadow Balls if they choose to go for the aggressive farm down. They are allowing us to get to this Shadow Ball, which means that we will grab a second shield or flip switch. We've got the shields. Trevenant did the job to perfection. That's what it's on this team to do. And now we have a 2 shield advantage, and we can bring in our Tentacruel to take out this hard counter nightmare for our Abomasnow here. We're not going to get too greedy, guys. We're just going to take this thing out because the resisted damage is beginning to add up. And you never know when you'll need a healthy Tentacruel. We take out the Mawile there. They meet us with their own Tentacruel here. So now the play for them is to go Scald and farm down with Poison Jabs, as the Scald will not KO. We know that, so we will shield there and make the play into our Abomasnow here. This is just an Acid Spray. We're going to let this go. We let everything go from Tentacruel. Not likely that they would stay in. And they come in with their own Abomasnow. So this is looking good. We've got the shield advantage here. Not planning on shielding anything from this opposing Abomasnow. We just want to chip the health down. Get it within a manageable farm down range for our Tentacruel. We let this go. And we will shield the move from the Abomasnow and leave the matchup with a Scald. That's the play, guys, because that Tentacruel that's remaining is in Scald plus Poison Jab range. Gonna shield this and leave this matchup with a Scald to hit that Tentacruel in the back if they so choose to play it out, but they do not. They realize that it was lights out for them. Good game, well played to our opponent. My only hope is that every one of you have a Tentacruel to run Team 3. It was putting in the work. It was so good, guys. And here we go. Another wheezing lead. We know who the true #1 is. We're going to see if they know. They do know. They're not sticking around. They know what's up. They catch. Make a beautiful catch onto a Lantern. That's fine. Nice catch, trainer, but enjoy this Trevenant here. That's what I was thinking in the moment. You should not be safe swapping Lantern in this very grass-heavy meta. Not a good idea for a reason like this, guys. There's almost assuredly going to be a grass type on a Spring Cup team. But yeah, we're just going to overload as much as we dare, and we're saying bye-bye to the Lantern, and we leave the matchup with relatively good health and loaded energy. So now we can trigger the CMP. I don't think that was a CMP. I think they were going for the extra, and we're going to look to either take it out or grab a shield. That is beautiful. And they're going to overfarm by 4 here. Very good on them. And we will let this go and take the shield advantage here. So now we can come back in with our own Tentacruel, and oh, they got a Trevenant. It's lights out. Ew, it's so nice when the RPS phenomenon works in your favor for once. They realized that as we saw the research task update, they knew it was over. Unfortunate for them. It worked out well for us. Good game, well played to them. Team #3 was absolutely putting in the work. I think it's my favorite team thus far, but here we go. Roserade on the lead, running the Legacy Bullet Seed. I think if you're going to run this thing, you might want to go Poison Jab, but yeah, it is much spammier, and they go Grass Knot, so we will shield that up. It doesn't KO, but we do need to preserve health on our Tentacruel, and they come in with a Galarian Wheezing, so we're going to bait them with an Acid Spray. Try and grab a shield, but they are not shielding. That's okay. We lowered that defense. We'll take that, and we're going to make the play into Abomasnow. That is the proper alignment. Ideally, you'd want Tentacruel, but because they have the spammy Roserade with Weather Ball, we're gonna align Abomasnow here, and gonna throw the Weather Ball, and they're not interested in shielding whatsoever, so we'll take that. That's fine. We are still down a shield. Not sure what they're gonna want to come back in with. Roserade does take super effective damage, and I was thinking they're up a shield. They don't have to throw immediately, so now we have to shield. I was thinking they would overfarm by quite a bit, knowing that they were up a shield, and we happened to trigger the CMP tie. So let's see what they want to do. They're not interested in shielding at all. So they're going to look to 2-shield Ferrothorn, it seems. And I was thinking for sure they would be running the recommended Flash Cannon, but no. They're running Mirror Shot. So I would have thrown a lot sooner if I had suspected that, but I had no inclination that they would be running Mirror Shot. You definitely want to be running Flash Cannon. The damage comparison is just far too enticing. I don't think you want to be running Mirror Shot. Worked out for them in this battle, in that Abomasnow battle, but they're up 2 shields. We know that we have to bait, but no, they no-shielded that. That's insane. Okay, so it's over. It's over. I guess they tried calling a bait. It did not work out for them, and they are now going to have 2 additional shields for their next battle. Good game, well played to them. I'm telling you guys, if you have all 3 of these Pokemon, definitely give Team 3 a try. It was putting in the work, and here we go. Tentacruel mirror match on the lead here. A lot of people misplay this. They throw that Acid Spray. That's a waste of energy. The way I like to play it is you throw the Scald, and then you swap out to clear the debuff, because they almost always go Acid Spray in the mirror. That's not the way to go. We're going to chip and dip into Trevenant here. Trevenant does take neutral damage from this fast move pressure, and we will look to CMP tie them to the Acid Spray. That's another misplay that a lot of trainers do with Tentacruel. They'll stay in and waste a bunch of energy on a low damage Acid Spray. Getting that debuff is not worth a shield, in my opinion. They had to shield our Seed Bomb, and they make a play into their own Trevenant. So very interesting. So far, maybe looking like a mirror team a little bit, and we're not making it to a Shadow Ball, so we're going to get off what damage we can. And we have gotten this Trevenant below 50% health. Trevenant putting in the work. You love to see it. And we will shield up the potential Shadow Ball here. They were not making it to more than one move, so you have to go Shadow Ball when that is the case. We knew that, so we shielded. And it's not quite a mirror team. They do have an Ice type in the back, but theirs comes in the form of Wall Rain. And, oh, they let that go? Hello, you take super effective. They are not willing to give up that last shield, so we're going to look to CMP tie them to their Icicle Spear. And, wow, okay. And, yeah, I think they realized they made a massive misplay. No shielding the potential energy ball, and it did not work out for them, unfortunately. Good game, well played to our opponent, and that is the team, my friends. How about team number 3 putting in the work? Day 1 of the Spring Cup. I had a blast with it, like I said, guys. Able to climb over 100 points. I think like 103, 100 and something like that. That's a darn good day of GBL, if you ask me. I had high hopes for it going in. You just never know until you actually have the team in action in a particular meta. It is quite powerful. So Tentacruel on the lead, very strong. If you guys watch my top 5 best teams video, you will know that it is very strong in the 2 shield. Beats just about everything not named Lantern and Ferrothorn. So running it on the lead makes perfect sense. You just really have to protect it from Ferrothorn primarily and Lantern, and we've got that coverage in the back in spades between Abomasnow and Trevenant. That's a recipe for a lot of wins. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.